JT, can you just tell us about that moment when you walked out of the tunnel and your family was there, Cameron Smith was there, everyone was there? Can you just describe what that was like for you?
Yeah, so very grateful that the Titans allowed me to do that. Walk out with my 3 girls, see my mum and dad and my wife Samantha and Smithy there. They've probably been the most influential throughout my life, and that's why I wanted them there. So yeah, very grateful for the fact that to have that opportunity, and it's something that I'll never forget.
What's it feeling like now, mate? Does it feel real? Or?
Yeah, we got the result we wanted. But yeah, you know, it's. I don't think it's hit me just yet. You know, like I said, out on the field, I'm very thankful for the last, especially this year, the amount of support that I've been shown, especially from opposing teams, has been overwhelming and humbling at the same time. So it's certainly a year that I won't forget.
JT, congrats on the win tonight. Was there moments of concern, especially at halftime, where you're thinking, gosh, this might not be the win for me in my final game?
No, I don't think like that. But, you know, we addressed a few things at half-time that we needed to be better at, and I thought we did that in the second half. Our starting pack after half-time I thought were very good for us. They really tightened up our middle third, and we started winning some tackles, and we were able to apply a bit of pressure with the ball and run away with it in the end.
How much will you miss playing alongside Gavin Cooper?
Yeah, there's a few of the boys that I'll miss playing alongside. He's him and Matty Scott. Matty Scott's been like a brother to me at the club. Coops, who arrived at the club at the same time. So those 2 boys have had a massive influence on me throughout my life as well.
You're most proud of how you defended tonight, a one-on-one try saver on Proctor, and then that hit on Ryan James at forced the error.
I know.
Where's that been?
For the last 17 years. But yeah, unfortunately.
Finally worked out what those shoulders are for.
Unfortunately for Ryan, he'll be in my highlights package for the wrong reason. But yeah, it was nice to you know, get the result, and I think it's put the club in, on a positive note, looking forward.
You wake up in the morning, there's no more training to go to, no more games to prepare for. Have you kind of thought about that and what happens next, I guess? Is it?
No, not really.
For him to wake up, he's got to go to bed.
So, no, I haven't really thought about too much. For myself, it's just been about enjoying what's here, and I've, you know, like I said, I've been humbled by the support that I've been shown, and I said to the playing group, you know, I'm very thankful for their contribution over the years, but especially this year when you know, things have gotten tough. Their attitude towards training and to better themselves, I couldn't ask for any more, and that's what we asked from each other.
Did you get a chance to really enjoy that second half? Like, you had all the possession, you were toying with them a little bit with people you're kicking at. Was it kind of fun just to sign up like that?
Yeah, it's always fun when you're playing like that, but you know, the boys are getting a roll on, and to play off the back of that, you're only as good as your forward pack, and I thought our boys, especially our bench, were really strong tonight, this afternoon, and then our starting pack come on and finish the job. So yeah, it was a good night.
JT, did you look at the clock and say, did you think about the last game at all, during or last 5 minutes, or did it cross your mind?
No. You know, it's always been about the task at hand and what's my next job, and that's what we've always been coached, and that's what we always expect from each other.
Well, there's lots of impressive things about JT, but even maybe this past few weeks where it's all come to a crescendo, what's the thing that's struck you most about the way he's handled it all?
Probably his ability to just focus on him doing his job. I think that's one of the things that, as a group, and you know, JT especially, did really well over the last few weeks, because there's obviously a lot going on around periphery of the games, and for good reason. But they really went about their business really well in terms of getting themselves ready to play and focusing on making sure each training session was as good as it needed to be. And I think that they did a really good job from that point of view. And Jono led it.
Greeny, in a tough season, what's it say, what's it mean the last 2 weeks? You've got teams on the bottom 4 of a competition, packed houses, a great atmosphere, and a great game tonight, and you've won them both. What's it say that they're not happy to turn at the end of a tough season?
It's I'm really proud of that. I know we're not happy with where we finished. I'm not saying we are, but I'm proud of the way we've gone about our season. Things didn't go our way for a lot of different reasons, but throughout that period, we stuck together. We were copping criticism from all sorts of different areas in the public and the media and whatnot, and that's probably the ultimate test of your culture and your team spirit. And I think that really held up. And that stuff's probably the hardest stuff to get right. There's no, I said to the boys after the game, there's no manual for that where you do this, this and this and you're going to end up with good team spirit. But we've managed to keep things together, and we were in just about every game that we played this year, and that's a credit to the players and to the respect they have, I suppose, for guys like Jono and also for the jersey as well.
Greeny, how big a challenge is it to move on from Jono now next year?
Oh, it's a huge transition for us. I think last year gave us a bit of a taste of it, but it's different when he was still around training and all that sort of stuff last year. And it'll be different for all of us when we turn up for training come pre-season, and we don't hear that laugh in the locker room. So it'll be a challenge, but I think if we approach it the right way and look forward to it. I don't mean that in a bad way by any means, but it is what it is. And he's had a wonderful career, and he won't be too far from the club for too long. But I think as long as we don't fall into the trap of trying to replace him or trying to find the next JT, or we'll be okay. There's still a good group in there, and they still care a lot about the team, a lot about the club, so we'll be good.
Johnathan, you reached a point of your career along the way where you worked out you could leverage your fame and celebrity to do some good outside of football. Now you're finishing, people are remembering you for that aspect as well. Is that a pleasing thing for you to know that you've been able to do that along the way?
Yeah, it's something I'm extremely proud of. 2010 was a year for me that I'll always remember. The fact that the All-Stars, we did a session there where Chris Sara did with us, and I wanted to learn more about my family history and my culture, and if it wasn't for that I wouldn't have been able to do that, and being able to go out where Mum was born and grew up gave me an insight into where my family's come from, and it's something that really struck a chord with me, and I come out of that as something that I'm extremely proud of, where I knew that I could make a difference with rugby league's given me so much, but also being able to make a difference throughout the community, and I understand that role now probably since that session.
Has the Gold Coast played a special little part in your career too? Like you just touched on Indigenous All-Stars, first game was here. You actually played in the first ever game at this stadium in 2008, and to finish your career here again, it's neat little symmetry really. Yeah,
I haven't actually thought about it now that you mention it. It does probably hold a little special place in my heart, especially that Indigenous All-Stars, like I mentioned, that was really a telling point in my life, and really opened up my eyes to what I wanted to do and what I wanted to achieve and how I wanted to be remembered.
Do you feel like, sorry, they're just carrying on from that though, there are players to take over that baton? Obviously Preston was there and initiated that game. You've really kind of led that since then, and do you feel the guys are there that are going to really...
Yeah, I think our culture's got 13-14% of the NRL, which is great. So we've got some players that will certainly take over the reins in that aspect. Ryan James, GI, Ash Taylor, the like. So they're all good people, and they'll do our culture extremely proud.
John, the club struggled this year, obviously. How long till it can be a premiership contender again?
The success in this club, the playing group that we got, and it's not too far in the future. I expect us to bounce back next year with the roster that we got, and the boys that have tasted first grade experience and know what it's like to compete week in, week out. So, I've got no worries in my mind that the club will be a success in the future.
How much do you owe the club for that? The last 8 years of the turnaround and what you developed into off the field?
Yeah, I've said it before. The club's been a massive part of my life, and it certainly helped shape me into the person I am. So I'm extremely thankful and grateful for that. And that's why I chose to live in Townsville and finish my career in this jersey. So I can sit back and reflect on that over the next couple of weeks. But Townsville and the club certainly played a big part.
Brendan, just lastly, as Judge, what legacy or what attributes from Johnathan Thurston do you want or do you need to carry through from your at your club?
I think there's on the field and off the field. On the field, the biggest thing that sticks out in my mind is just his will to win and his competitive nature. He never gives up and just keeps trying. So I think whoever pulls on the jersey wants to uphold that legacy. And the thing, without sort of embarrassing him too much, I don't think it is embarrassing, but the one thing that sticks in my mind about JT is his humility for everything that he's done as a person and as a player. He's always humble, and he's got plenty of time for everyone. He wants to help whoever he can. So they're great traits, and they're traits that we hold in high regard as a club. And I think Jono epitomises that. So.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.